The first set of images, plot details and info surrounding Denis Villeneuve's Dune has been released. Over the past 2 days, these reveals have pretty much set the film world on fire. We were long awaiting the first look at Dune 2020, and Warner Brothers have finally given us a glimpse of what we can expect. I'm going to be giving you my breakdown and reaction to these images, along with presenting the information we got in the exclusive Vanity Fair article. If you want to check out the images and details for yourself, I will also leave a link in the description of this video. Before I get into it, if you want to see any of my future videos on Dune, along with other content on movies and TV shows like TENET and Westworld, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoy this video, remember to give it a like rating. Without further ado, let's dive into the images and new reveals for Dune 2020. So the first image we got the other day teased Timothee Chalamet as Paul Atreides. Now, thanks to Vanity Fair, we have various new images of the cast wearing their space gear, including Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson and Josh Brolin. What's interesting to note is how grounded these images look. Denis Villeneuve's take on the iconic science fiction novel seems dirtier than, say, David Lynch's adaptation, with the colours more muted and portraying a realistic sensibility. Obviously, these are a selection of behind the scenes images and not actual frames from the film, so I'm sure that when we get the first footage, the characters, suits and props we see in these reveals will be more graded and in line with the look the director is going for. As we can see in the new image of Timothee Chalamet, we get a sense of the vast open landscapes and costumes of Arrakis. But Chalamet has also gave us extra details in the article about the filming process and how difficult it was to capture the overall vision. In fact, there is a lot of focus in this article about the difficulty of filming Dune, and this is something that I think people will understand and appreciate if the film pays off. Chalamet says, "I remember going out of my room at 2 AM and it being probably 100 degrees. The shooting temperature was sometimes even 120. They put a cap on it out there if it gets too hot." He continues saying he forgot what the exact number is, but you can't keep working. He said that the circumstances fed the story they were there to tell. In a really grounded way, it was helpful to be in the still suits and be that exhausted. We also got info from Villeneuve himself on the filming process, along with other images of House Atreides, including Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin and Zendaya. Denis said that he would not agree to make his adaptation of the book with one single movie. The world is too complex, it's a world that takes its power in details. I think this is something that everyone wanted to hear because it doesn't just show the effort that the director and the production team are bringing to the world, but it also shows that they are remaining incredibly faithful to the book and expressing the fine details of that world. Villeneuve also stressed that the breadth of Dune is what has made it so confounding for others to adapt. It's a book that tackles politics, religion, ecology, spirituality, and with a lot of characters. He concludes by saying, "I think that's why it's so difficult. Honestly, it's by far the most difficult thing I've done in my life." Along with addressing the difficulty of shooting, he did refer to the plot and how he's infusing it with a present atmosphere. He says that no matter what you believe, Earth is changing and we will have to adapt. That's why I think that Dune, this book, was written in the 20th century. It was a distant portrait of the reality of the oil and the capitalism and the exploitation or the overexploitation of Earth. Today, things are just worse. It's a coming-of-age story, but also a call for action for the youth. I personally think it's great that he chose Chalamet for the role because this is the kind of casting that gets younger people into the cinema to experience a grand project like Dune for the first time. We saw the reaction to this online with the first image of Chalamet, which was dropped the other day. Chalamet's character Paul thinks he's just a boy struggling to find a place in the world, but he actually possesses the ability to change it. He has a supernatural gift to harness and unleash energy, lead others and meld with the heart of his new homeworld. Paul comes from a powerful galactic family with a name that sounds like a constellation. With all these details, we get a sense that Villeneuve is keeping the nature and conflicts of Dune's themes in his adaptation. There's no way that he can alter it so far, but I do think that these images also suggest that he's bringing a balance in his filmmaking approach. We still get the muted and atmospheric visual storytelling that Villeneuve is known for, and if anything, this will help propel Dune's story. So with these new images and details, what is my overall reaction to them? I personally love the way they've started to market this film. As you know, one of my popular Dune videos on this channel was about how they would approach the marketing. I said in that video that for this film to succeed, it would have to please a range of audiences. One group would be the book readers, which Denis has said he wants to stay faithful to, and the other group is the general audience. I think in just 2 days he's been able to grab the attention of nearly everyone in the film world, regardless of if you aren't a fan of the first images. A larger audience is now talking about the project, and this is exactly what the film needed. Obviously, they need to keep this momentum up throughout the year and pray that they don't have to delay the film, but overall, I'm impressed with the way they've dropped these images and took everyone by surprise. In regards to my opinion on them, I'm also really liking the look of what we're seeing. It definitely seems like we are getting a mix of both worlds, the faithfulness to Herbert's novel along with Villeneuve's directing style. There seems to be a grounded nature to all of these images, pure adult science fiction, and this is definitely something that a lot of people wanted to see. There are conflictions surrounding a certain character and who they are played by, but as long as the director has made these decisions based on the character itself and not to enforce an individual viewpoint, I'm honestly fine with that. These are all things that we will hopefully see more of in the coming months, but I have full trust in Denis to adapt this in a way that satisfies a majority of audiences. I can't wait to see what he does with his adaptation, and also what the film will look like when we eventually get that first Dune trailer. As I said in my trailer prediction video, I think we will be getting that first teaser sometime in the summer. Warner Brothers have always liked to advertise their end-of-year movies in this period, and with films like TENET coming out, these are perfect opportunities to keep pushing the marketing of Dune to all types of audiences. Let me know down below what you thought of the new images for Dune, and also leave a comment letting me know when you think the first trailer will be released. For more in-depth videos on various movies and TV shows, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Again, if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like rating. In the next few months, I will be reading Dune for the first time and giving you my reaction and thoughts. I was originally going to watch the film and then cover the book, as obviously I've been a fan of Denis' films and this was my preferred approach. But with lockdowns being extended and the problems going on today, I think it will be best to dive into Herbert's vision while I have more time. I'm very intrigued to read it and I can't wait to share my perspectives. Remember, if you have any other ideas and topics that you think I should cover in relation to Dune, comment them down below and I will definitely consider approaching them. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.